Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence.
Welcome to the Chaser Report.
Yes, we're going to have an Optus episode.
That's Floyd, Alexander Hunt and Gabby Bolt.
I think that really added a
That
vibe.
was great. I think
Yeah.
it should
Great
start
intro.
every episode with the charm.
I feel ready to fight.
Yeah.
And
Someone should.
So I gather you're activated by the Optus leak.
Correct. I am a victim.
Oh,
I
you're a
identify as a victim of the Optus breach.
And have Optus been really good and bent over backwards to...
Definitely haven't bent over backwards. They've still been charging me a ridiculous amount for not that much data.
No.
And
And all of it's getting stolen anyway.
yeah,
so.
all of it's getting stolen.
Yeah.
I get the odd text from them, which is nice recently.
Oh,
Because
that is nice.
I often find I don't get many texts, so it is nice to be like, oh, who's this from?
A notification.
Are they ransom demands? Or?
No, they're like cyber attack. I've forgotten how to speak. Cyber attack updates. Dom, you're also with Optus.
So
aren't you?
yeah, I'm with Optus.
Let's compare texts.
Let's compare text. Yes.
Are they more into you or me? Let's find out. It's crazy. And look, I got no message. I got messages from them back in 2020 about coronavirus. Then nothing until Sunday. It's
Bitches.
like, honey, I've moved on from you.
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
You're in my life, but you're not
But now
in
I've
my
had
life.
3
Yeah.
texts in the last 24 hours from
Oh
them.
my God.
It's
And-
like clingy.
And what do they tell you? I mean, is there any update anyway?
I love this one. This one say, okay, confirming your license number was exposed.
Oh.
But your state government will provide you with advice on any action. And then follow up, state government advises you, New South Wales government advises you, you do not need to replace your driver's license. It's fine. Why? Why is it fine? Like, what do you mean? They're just like, oh, we can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Changing it.
My partner's with Optus and he got a text being like, confirming your license number's been exposed.
Yeah.
And he literally is such a boy. He just looked at it and he went, oh yeah. And then he put his phone back down. Meanwhile, I'm like, what? Are you going to... You can get a free license from the government. Like, you can get a free one. And
the
he's like,
government was talking about like free passports and stuff as well. But I'm
Yeah.
worried about that because that will be like a 6-month delay.
yeah. It's so weird that
just-
Optus are like, we fucked up, but also you can contact your local government representative about this.
I know.
Like, where's the
I think they're
responsibility?
not telling us enough, right? Like, because I think they've also leaked other
Yeah.
things, like Medicare
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
but then
Whatever you used to ID yourself when you signed up,
yeah.
that's what they will have leaked. And to answer your question, Floyd, of who they love more between you and me.
Yeah, sorry, let's get back
So
to that.
I happen to find, you know how, like on Gmail,
Yeah.
most important emails get filed away in a thing called updates that you never look at, right?
Yes.
So I happened to be looking at that and I saw an email saying, your driver's license details have been leaked. Change it immediately. We'll give you money to like subscribe to Equifax, this service that like...
Oh, so you were one
so
of
you
the...
got a
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
But guess how many texts I've received from Optus about this problem, as in the format that I would actually
From
notice.
Optus.
Zero.
Zero texts.
I have 0 texts.
Wait,
I've
so you're
scrolled
getting
back.
emails?
Yeah. I'm
No,
getting
I-
emails that I barely saw, and I'm looking back at the...
Crap.
Have
I
you
think
checked
it's
your
to
email?
Well, I think I signed up to Optus on my old email and I don't have access to that anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
whoops.
dear.
Oh, no.
That's probably a good thing. But looking back through my most recent texts from
been hacked.
Optus, one of the most recent ones is, how do you rate our service between 0 and 10?
Yeah, lol. Give him a
Okay,
quick
they are
zero.
more keen on you if they're sending you.
Yeah.
No, but it was I barely saw the email.
So are you changing your driver's license number?
I've already changed it.
What's the new number?
Yeah,
That's so frustrating because like I memorized
Charles
all my
is
Actually, I'll read it out. I'm going to read out my new... I'm going to open up the Service New South Wales app and I'm
Wait,
going to
so
look
was
at
it
my
a difficult
driver's license.
process to like change your driver's license? Did you have to go in and stuff?
No, I just did it online.
Oh.
So I'm going
and
to
yet
look
I
at
had
it.
to go in for an eye test.
Okay, I'm looking
yeah,
at
I
my
had to
driver's
do an
license online. Card number not yet advised.
Ah.
So
you
yes,
have
I'm
no
in limbo.
card number?
I'm not legally allowed to drive.
Oh my god.
No, I am legally.
Oh.
allowed to. I have to print out a piece of paper. System is, you print out this A4 piece of paper
Yes.
and sign it and just take it with you everywhere. It's
Yeah.
just
That's
amazingly
Well,
low
it's the
school.
same as when you're
Old school.
upgrading from your P's to your green P's to,
Yeah.
your full license. When I first got my full license, they gave you that same piece of paper
you
and
go.
the whole punched license. So
the-
I'm like, if I get pulled over, I have no faith that a cop's gonna go, oh yeah, that's legit.
Yeah.
like
So
this
the
random
thing-
A4 piece of paper.
So here's the thing that kind of shits me, right, is they're kind of like, okay, fine, we'll just change your details, it's all fine. And then now the New South Wales government says, you don't need to change your license number, only your card number, right? So the license number is the same. It's the one I've had for 20 years or whatever. That's because I know that. That's useful. And they're now saying every single person who needs that detail has to give the card number as well and verify it that way. That can be changed. What are the chances that that's true? I reckon it's impossible. If my whole life I've given everyone my driver's license details, just the number of the license number, and now they're saying, oh, it's fine, you don't need to change it. And basically what I'm saying is every single thing I own will now have been scammed, which is probably not very much anyway. But no, they've completely fucked it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, being an Optus customer for a while, it's actually completely not amazing.
Yeah.
Floyd, do you own anything?
Do you mean property
Or just,
like
worth stealing?
Assets.
No, not really. I think the most expensive thing I have is my violin.
So,
yeah.
and
It's
I
not
don't
your
think,
violin anymore, Floyd.
No, but I'm pretty sure, how do you can't
can't steal
use your driver's license details to
get
own
that.
a
No,
violin.
no.
but you know what they
Documents.
do? They take out loans.
They can
get
take out
credit
loans.
cards
Yeah,
in
they
your
can set up
name.
an account.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Okay.
apparently the banks. My partner works at a bank, so I asked him, what's going to happen? But apparently the banks are equipped for it. Certainly, like the big ones, because you have this 2-step verification and all these sort of things. Like, for example, someone could call up, have my name, date of birth. I mean, they could have that anyway. They could just get that. Like,
You could
they
ask
could
them
set it
that.
on the
It's probably
podcast.
on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they then would need to get a number from the app. So they'd need to also have.
I
that.
have
you know
2-step verification on everything because I'm.
But what they do is they go and get the first thing they do when they want to take over your life is they go and get a new phone account, so that all the verification texts.
This happened to a friend of mine with Telstra, right? And got totally that's exactly what happened. Is that he took over the phone number of this guy and then had access to all the two-factor authentication texts that came through Telstra, and the solution that ended up so at the time he just had to stand and wait for about an hour and a half at the Telstra shop waiting because they said this guy has ported your phone, like it's going to come online on his phone at some point in the next hour and a half. We're just going to have to stay here, wait for that to happen, and then we can cancel it or something.
That's
so
stressful.
it was just this terrifying, stressful thing. But then after that, they went, the guy who stole your identity still has all the information, 100 points of information that allows him to just set up
Port it
one.
back.
Later. Yeah, exactly. Port it back to Telstra. And so their advice to him was just never have a Telstra account ever again, right? And he said it's so annoying because there's no bigger solution than just, you'll just have to opt out of society.
So hang on. So you're saying literally they said don't have a Telstra account.
Yeah.
So presumably he then went and got an Optus account.
Yeah.
And is now in the shit with Optus.
The Chaser Report. More news, less often.
My favorite thing about the Optus hack though is just the hackers. I just think they're such an interesting character.
Wait,
'cause,
is it hackers? I thought
Wow.
it was one
If those
hacker.
messages are real, but they seem
they are,
stupid
they're
enough
like-
to be real.
It's like they are real. And the first message was so threatening, being like, "If you don't give us $1 million, we'll be releasing
what on earth can you buy for $1
$10,000?
million?
It was so clearly a teenage boy.
Yeah.
It really was, because the spelling was identical to how my 14-year-old would spell.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Because then the second,
Because they don't teach grammar at school anymore. They don't teach sort of proper use of verbs.
I don't think it was a teenager, because the second message they released
what
was
was it?
like, "We might have bitten off more than we can chew here. We don't feel good about taking innocent people's data,
No,
which
but-
is why we're trying." I'm kind of on their side
No,
a little
but
bit, where
I
I'm like,
reckon-
they're after big business, not the little guy.
But I reckon
They were
that
like, we
was-
won't release any more details. We're sorry.
He had clearly chatted to his mum after that, before that night. Like,
I don't know.
Hi,
reckon-
Mum. I'm the Optus hacker. I've got 1 million people's details.
all right, sweetie.
I love
Later, darling.
Don't you love how they're portraying the Optus hacker in the news? It's just like a guy in a hoodie.
Yeah,
That's
that's always
the
a guy in a
person.
faceless.
Exactly.
Black smudge
Yes.
as a face, and then a hoodie,
So
and
funny.
like this stance. It's good
Yeah,
for a
so
podcast,
they've
isn't
asked
it?
for $1 million and then gone, oh no, actually I don't want to be mean.
Well, they still want the $1 million, I think, but they don't want to release.
No.
They were going
They've said we've cancelled all the demands and we've
It must
Deleted
be a
We've
woman.
thermited the.
has to be a
It
woman.
has to be a woman, because this honestly happens to me every month.
Yep.
I behave crazily.
Yes.
And then I'm like, oh shit, I was on my period.
100%.
Sorry.
There are
and
some
it's like,
days.
it has to be hormonal. Like
Yeah.
that switch is too,
There are
that
some days
screams.
where my intrusive
pill
thoughts
to
are like,
me.
I could kill this
Someone,
person.
yes.
And then the next day I'm like, that's fucking
That was
crazy.
really mean of
That
me.
was
Why
really
was I
wild.
like that?
And then I apologized to that person despite never stating my intent to murder them. I'm like, I'm
Have
really
either of
sorry.
you-
I wanted to murder you yesterday.
Have either of you on the hormonal roller coaster ever tried to hack into the open back door of a major telco though? Like, is it thing?
Yeah, is
I
it?
would-
And
if
then
I
you
had
express
the
your rage?
skills, for
yeah.
sure. I wouldn't be in comedy. That's for damn
No,
sure.
if I had
Yeah.
the skill to be a hacker, I'd be a hacker.
No, but
Sure.
there was no hacking involved.
Oh, well, then I'd just do it. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't have the skills to do so.
It's also, I mean,
Yeah.
other people have made this point, but it is very suspicious that they asked for $1 million. Like, it
That's
must be a
great.
rich person who doesn't need
It,
money,
he's
right?
got to be a boomer who doesn't understand
it's a-
like how's has got so much money now.
Also, though, I do find it funny that it was just $1 million and Optus were like, no.
Yeah,
Like, on some level, you're like, surely you just give them $1 million and go, yeah, please don't release people's data. And then
But
boom,
then-
10,000 people's
but it's
data
a
was
slippery
released.
slope, you know.
Then you're incentivizing other people to look up that completely open passwordless URL.
I
And do the
suppose,
same
yeah.
thing.
It's like free lotto,
They've really
isn't
proved
it?
how easy it is to hack it. It's crazy. Why does Optus have so much of our info?
Well, this is the really stupid thing: is that all the
It's the
details
law.
you give them.
It's the law.
Yeah, they've got to keep. It's because of the metadata law. You've got to give them all this stuff. They've got to keep
got to-
photocopies of it and store it all
100
for
points of
years.
idea.
For 7 years.
For 7 years.
And the
After
government.
the account is closed.
And so every single privacy expert in Australia, the federal government changed the law a few years ago.
To
And
make
there was
us
an
more
inquiry
secure.
into
To
it.
make us more secure.
No, and every single data expert and privacy expert said, this is ridiculous. We should change the data retention laws to prevent companies from having to do this and to prevent them from being allowed to do it, right?
Yeah.
And Optus, in their submission to that inquiry, said, no, we think we should just keep all this material because it'll be fine.
And they
It'll
also
be
said, look, it's
fine."
too onerous.
Yeah.
These requirements are too onerous.
To delete the
we don't want to have to.
information.
We just want to keep on the information. It's fine.
I just think I've got one of these ones.
Wait, so who are you with, Gabby and
I'm
Charles?
with Telstra.
Oh, classic.
Oh, because she's from Bathurst.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
They had a data
Aren't
breach
they-
on
Wait,
Telstra Day.
There's an Optus in Bathurst.
I
but
thought people in the country paid more for Telstra because it was less shit. Is that not true?
Oh, I mean,
Is the
I don't know.
reception better?
I went with, I'll be honest, I went with Telstra because my mum's with Telstra and it was easy to go to the shop when I was a teenager.
To be fair, that is the only marketing strategy Telstra
Yeah.
has, right?
Yeah.
There's just inertia.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, yeah, the service is, I think, good. Like I've never, except for Edinburgh. God damn, it sucked in
God,
Edinburgh.
yeah.
Although I did I changed my SIM to a British SIM. So that was my first mistake.
Well, Telstra's also had a massive data leak in the
On
past week.
it was on Telstra
but
Day.
it was on was it on
It
Telstra
was
Day?
They
Yeah.
were like, we're
Wow.
celebrating Telstra Day, and then there was a huge data breach
But
on
that's
Telstra.
just why I have 2-factor authentication on everything, and I never keep more than like $5 in my main account because if they wanted to steal from my credit card, that's
Yes,
all
I'm
they
the
Do you
same. I
have
do that
more
too.
than $5 in any other account though?
No,
Like,
for
Don't
the
tell
purposes
the
of
hackers,
this
but
podcast.
she's
know
Edinburgh
that.
rich now. But you know what though? The difference with Telstra's big, massive privacy breach, it was of staff.
Yeah,
And I really think Optus is due just a little cheeky. Like, not that I would advocate anyone hacking
Mate,
Optus's staff
but if
database.
anyone's listening,
Definitely don't go and like share the details of the CEO on the
What?
dark web. Don't do that, people.
What do we think about the fact that it's like, I know it's probably just a coincidence, but like Gladys Berejiklian takes
know.
over as head of Optus and then this big
also she's
corrupt
not
fuck
head
up
of Optus.
happens.
She's not CEO.
She was very good at covering things up.
I know, that's
She
why
was
it's
very
bizarre to
good.
me.
It's
Oh, but then
crazy it's come out.
it eventually all leaked
does
out.
come out,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
This
which-
is the Daryl Maguire of
Yeah.
the Optus.
Yes.
Of the Optus
Right.
world.
Gladys is probably up there now in a press
She's-
conference just going, we always follow the security advice.
And
I'd
then-
love
and then-
if she went back to like doing daily press conferences. You know, today
Optus.
30,000 people have had their data leak. You know, I'd
Yeah.
feel comforted if I at
Yeah.
least knew the numbers. You know,
Yeah.
But then it
It's
has
like a movie.
It also had the same sort of end, which is I don't know whether you remember, but Daryl Maguire had the crucial evidence on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
And then he accidentally
Oopsie.
drove over it in a tractor. Remember that?
Yes.
I
And-
find that interesting.
And it destroyed all the
Lol,
data.
I drove over it in a tractor.
Yeah.
Who was he with?
And this is what happened to the Optus leak data. The hacker suddenly just deleted it.
And toot toot, who's behind the wheel? It's Gladys
Yes.
Berejiklian.
the
Is
proverbial
it, do we think the
tractor.
CEO's going to step down from
I
Optus?
don't think
Probably
she
not.
should.
You
I
don't think she
No,
should?
definitely not.
She probably just,
Why not?
well, she probably should, but like, I just don't have any
Yeah,
faith that
why not,
CEOs
Charles?
I just think
You like hacking happening, don't you?
I believe all the world's information should be free.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why Charles tells everyone his phone number is 0419282188.
And
my
shares
driver's
his nudes
license
on
number is-
Facebook.
But no, it is so rare to have a female CEO. In this
Yeah,
day
it's
and age.
exactly.
It's
Like
true.
I think it would be
CEO.
sexy because if you think about it, a male would never
What, never what?
never step down.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's
They
never
just-
consequences for CEOs.
Yeah, that's
Why
how-
should-
that's
Why should a female CEO have to have
That's true.
consequences for a
Because,
massive,
you know,
epoch-defining fuck-up?
The only, CEO who's resigned in the last few years because of a fuck up was Christine Holgate, who was the Australia Post CEO.
Oh, yeah, the 12,000
Another
dollars.
woman.
Just another woman.
Yeah, and so I
Yes,
think
interesting
the
point.
women cop the blame, the men get away with it. So, Alan Joyce has completely destroyed Qantas, but no one's going,
Sit
he
down.
should, he gets extra bonuses.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe they did, but then he just ignored it and just stayed.
That's exactly
right?
what
Yeah.
happened. I was going to say, people did
People
ask
were
him to
like,
leave.
yeah.
They were like, Alan, maybe you should jog on, mate.
Okay,
And
yeah,
everyone
I
was like,
agree.
"No."
You've convinced me. I think she shouldn't. She should stay.
Yeah,
for the rest
she's
of
a
his
girl boss.
career.
Doesn't
She's a
matter.
girl boss.
Doesn't,
Hashtag girl boss.
doesn't matter if you're a corrupt CEO or a corrupt CEO. You all declare
The world is not going to
CEO.
be equal until mediocre, hopeless, shit female CEOs also get to stay and get the
Yeah.
bonus.
Yes,
my God,
exactly.
What a world.
That's true.
Radical
world.
equality.
Good on him. Good on him.
Our gear is from Road. We're part of the Acast Creator Network.
And if you want to hack the Chasers database, you can do so
there's
because
no-
they're with
well, I
Optus.
think
There's no financial upside.
Actually, there was a crucial password that I had to get off somebody for part of our data the other day, and
good
it was
on you.
literally password with a capital P.
You never guess that because they
I'm not
never
surprised.
go. Like, they would think sure though that they're not that stupid. Charles, can you write to Gladys Berejiklian and offer her the position of CEO of the Chaser?
Chaser, that would be
Yes.
amazing.
That's a good idea.
Do it.
Do it.
I'd be laughing even more if she took it.
Yes, wouldn't we all?
Can you imagine she took it? Then you're fucked.
Mm.
Then you actually have to employ her.
And you gotta, she's probably got like a high salary requirement as well.
Just if you hire her, she'll self-immolate herself out of a job within a few months.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Right.
that's
Could be
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.